OOTA, OOTA, OOTA. You already know the vibe. We on go, man. Right now, we back with another one, man. Listen, we got Rodney Dwayne Lingo. Why am I going into Rodney Dwayne Lingo? First of all, this is Rodney Dwayne Lingo. He was nabbed in Washington, D.C. But as you can see, we breaking down the whole connection, not only between a lot of these people, but this person has a connection with who? You already see the name right there. Agent Keith Cromer, right? And he's one of Agent Keith Cromer's arrests. Like I said, I'm getting into Harvey, I'm getting into Cromer, I'm getting into who these people really are. I'm not gonna sit on the phone like Sean G trying to talk to him and believe him. No, I wanna know who he is, and I'm gonna do my own research on who he is. So look, let me just read a little bit about what the situation was, because this guy was convicted of a murder of Traci Ann Plank in 1985. He was convicted, it happened in 1985. He was convicted of it in 1986. He ended up escaping from jail. He was 20 years old when it happened. They say he took advantage of Traci, and she was 18. She liked him or whatever, and he ended up having sexual relations with her. And then after that, you know what I mean, he unalived her. This is a whole wild story, but I'm just gonna go into this part first, as I'm gonna break down this full story in full and bring up everything to y'all. But look. It says, Middle Georgia, he's from Georgia. This is what I'm saying. We're going into the Georgia connection. We're going into the Miami boys. We're going into the Terry White. Check my Miami boy stuff, because I got some stuff going on. And I have a conversation that's going to be going on that's centered around that Miami boys type stuff. So this is where we're making the connections between Terry, between Atlanta, Keith Cromer, Jack Harvey, Tammy COWINS. I even got some new updates on Tammy COWINS, something that y'all have not heard yet. This is what we're talking about. I'm not gonna play with y'all. I'm gonna give y'all the information, show y'all what's going on. I'm not gonna hold it in my hand and say, hey y'all. No, man, here's the information. Look, Middle Georgia Fugitive Squad, which includes federal deputy marshals, officers from Macon, because when we get into this Macon, Georgia thing, I'm gonna make the connection with the Macon thing. Watch when I go into the Macon thing later. Listen, with the Terry White thing, because if you read Terry White's paper, you know that something happened in Macon, Georgia. It was like a big weed bust that happened out there. Terry was claiming it on the phone with Tammy, one of the recorded conversations that the agents end up getting from him that they was playing back in courts. So it's a lot going on with that situation too, which I got some connections, which I'm going to be connecting a lot of dots for y'all. This is how it is. You going to get the dots connected. Look. Macon, Georgia, Bibb and Houston counties and representatives of 4 state agencies. We located prior associates of his in Macon area. Okay, he was in that Macon area, said John Bodner, a U.S. deputy marshal assigned to the Middle Georgia Fugitive Squad. We deduced that one who was most likely to have an idea where he was. Officers got a court order for phone taps. Those taps hit pay dirt Friday morning when the agents overheard Lingo discussing where he was in Washington, D.C. He had been staying there since Tuesday or Wednesday with a female acquaintance, Bodner said. Lingo's exact location was verified by an informant for a federal fugitive task force in Washington, Lipe said. Now, agents overheard another telephone call about noon Friday confirming that Lingo was still at the Georgia Avenue apartment building. While agents Keith Cromer and John Edgar monitored that call, Bodner and Captain Terry Timley were on another telephone and with Deputy U.S. Marshal posted outside the building where Lingo was staying. Lingo was captured without incident. He was walking around talking on a cellular phone when he was arrested. Bodner said Lingo will appear in D.C. courtroom today. If he waives extradition, he will be returned to Georgia. And he returns to Lingo. And when he returns, Lingo's days in the medium security facilities such as Rogers are over. But he ended up being in a minimum medium security prison, and people were making some claims about this. This is like crazy. He ended up breaking out of prison. It's crazy. Lingo was convicted in 1986 of robbing and killing Traci Ann Plank after having sex with the Warner Robbins teenager. She was from Warner Robbins. He escaped the death penalty and instead received 2 consecutive life terms. He's not eligible for parole considerations until 20 years after his arrest, but the last week's escape makes parole unlikely for at least a couple more decades. Light said he'll have only one vague memory, and of those July days in DC by the time his parole date comes around, like said. So, you know what I mean? We see what happened there. But look, when we skip through, you know what I'm saying, we also see it's a lot of things happened in the case. You know what I mean? Which I'm going to get through the case. See, the escapee once faced the death penalty. You see what I'm saying? Boom, look. November 1985 shooting of Traci Ann Plank. He faced a death penalty, but the jury voted instead for mercy. He was sentenced to 2 life terms, but he was wild, bro. He told his friends and bragged about it. He put 2 to her head. You know what I mean? This is what he did, bro. He gave somebody else the jacket, bro. No, that's what he did, bro. I don't know how he did that, bro. You hear what I'm saying to you, son? He gave somebody else a jacket. He took the jacket that she was wearing like a members only coat, and he took her jacket and he gave the jacket to his girlfriend. And the girlfriend wore the jacket to the funeral or something like that. And the mom was wilding or something. Yo, it's crazy, son. I think he got bagged on that. Like, that's how wild he was, bro. He took the girl's jacket after he clipped her and then went to I don't know how the sister, I don't know, he must have been from the neighborhood. So the girlfriend, his girlfriend, went to the funeral with the same jacket on, and the mom started flipping. Yo, it was crazy, bro. It's crazy. But as you can see, RIP to the girl, though, you know what I'm saying? This is her. Slain Barnett woman had been reported missing. They said he also tried to, like, after he did what he did to her, after having sex with her, he robbed her and took a car. But what he did was try to make it seem in stages, it seemed like she was raped. So he was acquitted of the rape and cleared of the rape, but he was charged for the murder. Because I don't guess he did. They could probably figured out that he didn't rape, but they actually probably had sex because she liked him and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So 18-year-old Bonnier woman was found unalived Saturday night and had been reported missing by her mother earlier in the week. Police said Traci Ann Plank of 424 Birchwood Drive left home the night of Monday, November 4th, and did not return, according to Captain Harry Enkler of Houston County Sheriff's Department. She was supposed to be going downtown to get something to eat, he said. Plank's mother, Janet Plank, reported her daughter missing last Wednesday and gave the Sheriff Department a photo. When the body of a partially clad female was found in a wooded area off the deserted Alberta Road, it was missing persons report that led the investigators to the Warner Robins Police Department. We originally hit on that report, and the family members made a positive identification of the body. I'm going to be going into a full breakdown of all of this. We're going to be getting into this. I'm going to be bringing up screen shares. I need y'all to drop the likes. I need y'all to share this video. I need you to share these videos and drop likes on these videos because I need these messages out. A lot of people are just going to show you the paperwork, but they ain't going to get it to you like this. And I mean, I still want to do a podcast, but in the meantime, I'm going to get some content up to y'all so y'all can start seeing the connections of what I'm trying to show you. I'm just trying to bring all the paperwork together and bring everything together and just let's put it all on the board. You know what I'm saying? Lingo dumped Plank's body at the end of a little used road in Warner Robins after partially removing her clothes to make it seem like she had been R'd and M'd. You know what I'm saying? He later gave Plank's black members only jacket to his girlfriend. Days later, his girlfriend wore the jacket to the funeral home where Plank's horrified mother recognized it. Lingo was also bragged to his brother about killing Plank, not his friend, his brother, about doing that, unaliving Plank, saying that he took care of business with 2 to the. Kirk and Lingo was last seen wearing a black jacket, jogging pants, and tennis shoes. This is when they was also looking for him. Remember, he was running, he was on the run. They got other stuff talking about when he was at trial. Got a lot of stuff going on with this guy right here, bro. It's a lot of stuff going on with this guy, but yeah, man, we're gonna get to a lot of this information. We're making a lot of connections within these cases. Let me see what this is, Bong. So I'm saying it was a breakout, triggers, shake up at the prison seat. He broke out the prison. He cut through a fence gate, like 2 fence gates, and broke out. He was on the run for a little minute. Yeah, bro. You see it 10 years ago, but still at large. A man convicted of murder 10 years ago, still at large. Rodney Dwayne Lingo. You know what I'm saying? Was last seen by prison officials at 8 a.m. on Sunday. You know what I mean? The breakout was discovered about 10:55 a.m. Lingo had cut through the inside and the outside fences in a recreation yard at a spot that was shielded by a building. You know what I'm saying? The shakedown of the prison, which was scheduled for later this month, but was moved to Monday because of the escape that he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all real deal, man. This is all real deal. We get into this information. I need everybody subscribing to the channel. Okay, I'm not gonna give you my opinion. Right now, we breaking everything down. Why I'm talking about this, Keith Cromer bagged him in DC. Keith Cromer ain't no jokey DA. He outside running around. That's why he got to those supervisors and supervisor positions. I may run with 2 on 2 jokes because I wanna, you know what you did with Tammy. But you see Keith was outside. So I also got some other things on Keith Cromer. I got some things on Jack Harvey as well, but I can't just drop y'all and bombard y'all with a lot of stuff. I just gotta break it down a little bit, and then we gonna move right on. Simple. Right to the next thing. We put all the information on the board, and then when we sit back and step back and we look at it all, we'll see how we feel about stuff, and we'll see what makes sense. So I got more connections to make with this. I also gotta get into Andre Rush. Be looking for that one. Andre Rush, Cuffy Gatlin's Cody, that he got 25 years, Cuffy got 27. They say that he confessed, and I'm gonna go into the breakdown of some of that. His confession, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, it's crazy, crazy. Because you remember that Cuffy said his co-defendant statements is what led him to have to plead guilty. Besides that, he would have fight. It's a lot, and he was facing the death eligible penalty charges. You know what I mean? He was facing death eligible penalty charges and stuff. You know, it's a lot, man. I need everybody to subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bells on, make sure you're notified when we drop a new content. We dropping, we not flopping, and we not stopping. I'm gonna get you the content. I'm gonna get you the real information. That's what we're gonna do. So subscribe, hit notified. Y'all like this video, and make sure y'all all share this to any platform you have to make sure this message gets out. Cause we making the connections between Keith Cromer, between Tammy, between Cuffy, between Meech, between everybody, between Terry White. You know what I'm saying? Between so many people. Then we got the Terry White crew, we got the Miami boys. So I'm just giving y'all breakdowns and pieces of everything as we're breaking down and connecting all these dots. So if you've seen some of these connections like I am, trust me, make sure you subscribe. OOTA, 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 always on go. You already know the vibe.